This is the Dreame L40s Robot Vacuum and Mop. Not only does it have powerful suction to keep your carpets and floors clean, but its mops can auto-detach or attach and even lift themselves so it could do hardwood floors and carpets at the same time, but doesn't get your carpets wet. It has extendable side brush and extendable mop so it gets all the way up to your baseboards when it's cleaning the floor. Has a detangling duo brush so even if there's a lot of hair, including pet hair on your floors, it's not going to get tangled. It has amazing obstacle avoidance, and my 3 kids put that to the test. And a new easy leap system to get up on some of those larger rugs, maybe a welcome mat, making sure it keeps all your surfaces clean. Also, if you've had robot vacuums and mops in the past, you know that the dock can get pretty dirty, but the Dreame L40s has an Ace Clean dry board self-cleaning feature, and even running it on dirty floors for several weeks, it still looks great. Now, I've used lots of robot vacuums and mops over the years, and yes, this video is sponsored by Dreame, so thank them for that. You will see on the channel that all of my recent videos are about Dreame. That's because I've been using their vacuums as my main ones for months, and the sponsorship doesn't include me saying this, which is, it's my favorite vacuum brand. When you get the Dreame L40s Ultra, it's super easy to set up. Everything you need is in the box, including the dock with clean and dirty water tanks. You have a dust bag already installed in the dock, plus there's a compartment to place detergent, which keeps your hardwood floors clean while it's mopping. And yes, you do get a bottle of detergent in the box. Connect the ramp to the dock, take the little styrofoams out of the robot, and you're ready to set it up. The mop pads magnetically attach, so they're super easy to install, and you don't have to put the side brush or main brush in where other robot vacuums, sometimes there's some assembly required. Not here. Once you get it all set up and plugged into the wall, setting it up in the Dreame app is super easy. You scan the QR code on the robot and you're ready to go. The first time it runs, it'll do a quick mapping of your house. And I've been continually impressed with the mapping of the Dreame robots. You see, there's my personal robot I use all the time, and the L40s Ultra, it mapped my house perfectly. Also, when it cleans a zone like this, you'll see how detailed in all the places the robot went after it cleaned. It's super easy to split the maps into different rooms so you can send it to clean individual spaces. And then you can tell it to either vacuum and mop at the same time, which is typically what I do. You can choose the suction power and even how wet you want the mop to be. You can also just use the Clean Genius settings, and Clean Genius will make sure that if there's any specific messes, it'll spend a little more time cleaning those. But let's get to the cleaning. The L40s Ultra has 19,000 pascals of Vormax suction. That's an upgrade from previous models, and that means it's great for cleaning carpets, hardwoods, tiles, and more. I put it to the test with some almond flour and rice. Here's the L40s Ultra cleaning up a flour spill. Now you'll see on the first pass, some things might get kicked away, but it actually goes back, and I'm not going to cut the video. So you can see how it actually goes back to get full coverage of that area, and after a couple passes, that entire mess of flour was cleaned up from the floor. I did the same thing with rice, and if it flicked anything a little farther away, I actually saw the robot go and get it to make sure no speck was left. There were also some slightly larger pieces of paper on the floor. I was going to pick them up before sending it to clean, but I left them there, and the L40s Ultra picked them up no problem. Even some bigger crayon pieces that I wasn't sure how the main brush would handle it, sucked it up no problem. One of the things I always look for robot vacuums is that dual main brush, and that's exactly what the L40s has, which means it won't get tangled by hair, and that dual brush technology gives you TPU rubber for carpets and bristled rubber for hard floors, meaning it can do both at the same time. One of my other favorite features of the Dreame robot vacuums is the dual flex arm technology. Not only can the side brush go out and get all those corner spaces that's going around the edges of your room, but the mop pad also extends, which means it's going to mop all the way up to the baseboards of your house. And it does an incredible job going around legs of furniture. You can actually go into the Dreame app in the AI-driven settings, and you can turn on mop extension for gaps and going around furniture legs. I had those on as I was cleaning, and as it went around my dining room table and bar stools around the island, you could see it took extra care to get clean around all the legs of the furniture, so I didn't have to move everything before running the robot. And it gets into the tightest spaces. If it can fit in between chair legs, it's gonna do it. Even under this piano bench, it got everything clean all the way up to the pedals. Next, when it comes to the mop pad, you can tell it to mop after vacuuming or just vacuum only if maybe there was a spill on some hardwood floors, and it will detach the mop pads and leave them in the dock to focus on vacuuming. But when it needs to reattach, it does it all by itself. Personally, I choose the vacuum and mop setting and leave it there because then it will just raise the mops when it detects a carpet or rug, and it will handle all the different surfaces in one pass. Next, the Dreame L40s Ultra has an easy leap system, which allows it to climb over 40mm thresholds. So if you have that kind of threshold between rooms, or maybe you have a welcome mat that's a little thicker like ours, this model can actually do it. And this is a differentiator among robot vacuums in different brands and the ones from Dreame. Also, not only does it clean the furniture and around legs super well, but it has incredible obstacle avoidance. We were getting ready for school, and there's a bunch of stuff in the living room. It went around bags, wheels, boxes, anything that was in the living room, and it was able to avoid it all. And it doesn't get tripped up when there's cables or wires on the ground. I've had other robot vacuums that if there's a cable, it's going to start choking on that and then stop cleaning. The L40s Ultra has no problem with any of them, will avoid obstacles when needed, go around to keep cleaning, and it even has a 3D structured light system to get around those objects. The L40s Ultra also has multiple floor capabilities, so if you have a house with multiple floors, which mine is only one, it can go up to 4-story mapping. You can manage that in the Dreame app. You can have AI plan a smart cleaning route so there's no repetition, and it has great battery capacity, even handling larger homes. Of course, it can always go back and recharge if it needs to, and then finish the job. So where to get it? You can get the Dreame L40s Ultra directly on their website. There's going to be a special link down in the video description and a discount code where you can get a deal on it right now. It comes in white or black. Personally, I got the white version and I really like it. I think it looks pretty sleek. It's also available on Amazon. I'll put a link to that down in the description. Great deals on that too, and it's pretty amazing. This technology in robot vacuums, it used to be multiple thousands of dollars to get the mop lifting, the side reach brushes, and this kind of dock that cleans itself. But now the L40s Ultra is a great deal, giving you an amazing cleaning experience. And for how often we use our robot vacuums, it's definitely worth it. If you have any questions on the L40s Ultra or how it compares to other robot vacuums, ask me down in the comments. I'd love to hear you there. And I also have an entire smart home built on Apple HomeKit. So if you want a full tour of all the smart home devices I have, check out my video on that right up here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button before you go. And if you want to learn more about iOS 26, I did a video talking about 100+ features coming in that software update, and you can check it out right up here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.